Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now I want to share you about my opinion and my experience about the best relic for LMX ball holder. But if you have your own opinion, you have your own feedback, you can just tell me by comment below. But as for me, there are three considerations that you have to care. The first one is it depends on the situation. Because right now, since relic can be put into our quick slot, we can easily change the relic without opening the relic box. So it is pretty much easier right now to just change the relic based on the condition. And the second one is about the line up. So for example, if you have PD as enemy, of course you have to use the anti-strip because that one is the thing that can makes you die easily, and also the runes and on top of the equipment removal. And the last is of course it based on your budget. If you are well enough to have a lot of relics, it will be pretty much helpful because as I said before, the first one is it depends on your situation. If you are well enough to get a lot of relics, you can just pick the relic based on the situation and just put it on the quick slot. Okay, right now we will go for the first best relic that can be useful for any situation for LMX. So the first relic and the best relic for LMX in my opinion is Horn of the Watcher or True Sight. This is because you can counter the enemy or you can know your surroundings. And since the LMX best method for survival and also the best buff for LMX, which is the HP shield, you need to use the Ymir M attack percent change, and by doing that you will be a glass cannon builds with all of the magic attack percent equips. It will make you very paper. And if you are doing that without knowing that your enemies are near, since they are hiding and you cannot see them, it will be very risky and dangerous for you to do the shield buff and using the Ymir magic attack percent. So by having the true sight, you can see your surroundings even though they are hiding, and you can do this magic attack percent Ymir safely for generating the HP shield when there are no enemies near you. And it only needs 1.5 seconds to generate the shield, so it is not that long. If you just see that there are no enemies nearby, you can just change the Ymir, use the Comet Freight Rise around 2 seconds and change back to your tanky Ymir. And don't forget that Ymir needs 1 second delay to be changed back to the Ymir settings, so you need to count every seconds, and every seconds matter since it can decide whether you are alive or not, whether you give the buff in successful way or not. Okay, and then the second relic is the Year Necklace or Anti-Strip relic. This is because LMX counter job is PD. If you see the description in the LMX runes that you need 6 unlock runes, it says that at level 7 you won't be interrupted while cooking. This effect is very significant for LMX because if your cooking are cancelled, you will fail to get the effect after cooking success, and it is pretty disadvantage for you. And for example, if you don't have enough freeze resist or stone resist while you are cooking and one of your rune is disabled, you will be interrupted when you get a CC, and it will be a disadvantage for you. So having a year necklace when there is a PD is very useful. On top of protecting your runes, you also need to protect your gear so you won't be a paper when there are PD stripping your equips and weapon, because when you are stripped it means that you have no reduction from the equips and also the cards. It will makes you very paper and you will be died. And of course, as a main ball holder, that is not an option. Okay, and then the next relic is Spiritual Blade. This relic is just in my personal opinion, so feel free if you are disagree with my opinion, but and you can also comment if there are any other relics that may be useful for LMX. But in my opinion, Spiritual Blade is still relevant and quite useful because most of the DPS are using the Harvester, and the Harvester is dangerous not because of the damage, but because it cannot miss. So if you are building flea, your flea will be useless, especially for the magic flea. So if enemy are using Harvester and you are using the magic flea build, such like the Baphomet pack and also the Spashir, etc., it will be useless in front of Harvester. So that's why this relic can help you to reduce the damage of Harvester. And on top of Harvester, I think the SB is still a meta, and the Soul Judgment is quite dangerous for the ball holder. Even though the shield can protect you from the red damage, Spiritual Blade can also be an additional reduction for the red damage. So I think this relic is still relevant and is still quite useful, especially when enemy has successfully black holed you and you are having no shield. This relic can also come in handy. Okay, and then the next relic is, so you can use the Divine Hymn Carver or using the elemental reduction. For Divine Hymn Carver, it means that your elemental attribute won't be changed, because there are some cards or skills that can change your elements, and it will be dangerous if the enemy are using the counter element and it will give 200% damage to you. So this relic can be helpful. And if you are having are lacking of stone resist or freeze resist, that since these two CC can change your elements, such like the stone will change your element into earth, and for the freeze will change your element into water. This relic can protect you when you are not having enough resist. And the other way is using the elemental reduction relic, just like this one, since Kalisbark is still meta and mostly the Kalisbark are using the natural damage. So if you are using this, it can helps you to save your armor slot, not using Ghost Ring but using the others, because the magic DPS are now split into two. One of them are the Sarah and one is Jormund. So if you are buying the fire reduction relic, it is still a 50-50 because the magic DPS are split into Sarah and Jormund, and the fire is only for Jormund. But for Kalisbark, I think almost all teams are using Kalisbark, so having neutral reduction relic will be helpful. But still, it is my own opinion. If you have your own opinion, it's quite okay, because everyone has their own thinking. But if you can give some feedback or give some comments, you can comment below maybe the others can see it and maybe we can learn together, or maybe we can discuss together. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you for watching and see you later.